Welcome to this episode of Health Reversion. You're here with Adrian, and in this episode we're going to be having a look at the characteristics of the type B blood group. The type B blood group shares many characteristics with the type O blood group, but in Diatomos' words, it's a more sophisticated refinement of the type O. You've got a strong immune system, and that can mean that you can fight off and be resistant to many of the most common diseases out there. So that's a really good benefit for type Bs. The type B diet is balanced and wholesome, and it includes a wide variety of foods from the plant and animal kingdom. With respect to the animal kingdom, the red meats are the more preferable meats, such as lamb, mutton, or rabbit. Beef is a neutral rating, so it's not an avoid, but it's not beneficial. It's in the neutral area. But chicken is actually an avoid. Chicken contains a lectin that is problematic for type Bs. This lectin causes cells to agglutinate or clump together in the actual muscle tissue. And this can pose all kinds of issues with relation to energy, with relation to your ability to move and stretch and have mobility. So chicken is an avoid according to Diatomo on this blood type protocol. But it's not all bad news. You can still have other white meats such as turkey or pheasant, and the chicken eggs can be eaten as well, as they do not contain the lectin. The lectin is only found in the chicken flesh, not the subsequent egg. Shellfish are an avoid on this protocol, and Diatomo quotes some research that refers back to some Jewish tribes who actually forbade the consumption of shellfish. So it's interesting, like maybe they knew something back then that it wasn't compatible with the predominant number of blood type Bs in the Jewish communities at that time in history. Certain foods are going to trigger a drop in your blood sugar after consumption. You need to look at avoiding corn, wheat, buckwheat, lentils, tomatoes, peanuts, and sesame seeds, which are specifically related to weight gain issues, and they actually slow down your metabolism. So if weight gain's an issue, avoiding these foods may help. Moving on to grains now, some beneficial grains that will help a type B are oats, rice, and spelt. As with type Os and pretty much all the blood groups, type Bs are recommended to avoid gluten. So wheat, rye, and barley are avoid foods. And again, this is due to the properties of these foods having the impact of slowing down your metabolism. Nuts, seeds, and legumes are also not advised, as they impact your insulin production capabilities and therefore can lead to weight gain as well. With respect to fruits and vegetables, they are abundantly available to you, with a few exceptions though. One of those is unfortunately tomatoes, which are quite popular, but that does stem across most of the blood groups. Moving on to dairy now, low-fat dairy is actually recommended on this protocol. So type Bs have a range of dairy products that they can look at incorporating into their regime. But if you find that dairy still gives you an issue, if you're a type B and you're like, okay, I'm going to eat the dairy, but you're still having issues, consider lactose-free options, or even the cultured or fermented dairy products such as sour cream and yogurt. You may be able to tolerate those particular products somewhat more if you do enjoy the regular consumption of dairy products, which is actually recommended for type Bs. Finally, in relation to exercise, you have a unique ability where you're quite balanced. You could do the more heavier exercises, the more intense exercises, but you can also go out and do the aerobic exercises and the calming exercises like the type As. So balance is key here. So what you feel like doing, your body is actually prepared to do both of those. So it's a really lovely, rounded, balanced approach that the type Bs have towards exercise. The moderate intensity exercises such as martial arts, running, swimming, some forms of anaerobic exercise such as weightlifting can all be beneficial for a type B. So in summary, this has been a short video because type Bs actually have a really balanced, wholesome array of foods to choose from and exercise as well. And so you've kind of got the best of both worlds. You've got the really strong immune system that allows you to combat a lot of the common diseases, but you're also open to eating a lot of the different food groups. So instead of doing a 2-day kickstart, what I've provided for you is a PDF that you can download in the description section of this video. It has a list of all the avoid foods. So if you'd like to try this for yourself, if you'd like to give this a go for yourself, and just test it out and see, is there anything to this lectin business? Are these foods really harming me? Well, the first thing that you could do is look at eliminating the avoid foods for a period of time and seeing for yourself what happens after a week, what happens after 2 weeks, etc. And then if nothing's happening and you're not noticing any difference, then you can continue on and search for other things that are going to allow you to refine your health and increase your vitality. So thank you for watching to the end of this video. If you didn't get anything out of this video, give it a thumbs down. If you did get something out of it, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps getting these videos out there. In the meantime, I ask that you keep well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.